It's 3:47 a.m. You're asleep. Your phone doesn't ring, there's no alert, no warning. But in a bunker deep beneath Cheyenne Mountain, alarms are screaming. Screens light up red. A 4-star general picks up a phone that connects directly to the president. 6 words. "Sir, we have multiple launches detected." 38 minutes. That's how long America has before the first nuclear warhead detonates on U.S. soil. The president has a decision to make. The most terrifying decision in human history. And when that decision is made, 8 characters are transmitted to every military command in the world. DEFCON 1, Defense Readiness Condition 1, Maximum Force Readiness. Nuclear war is imminent or already underway. This is not a drill. This is the end of the world as we know it. The United States has never reached DEFCON 1. Not during the Cuban Missile Crisis, not on September 11th, not during the Cold War, never. But the protocols exist. The orders are written. The systems are ready. And if that day ever comes, the U.S. military will execute the most devastating and coordinated military response in human history. Welcome to Armed Insight. Today we're going deep into the most classified, most terrifying, most absolute military posture on Earth. This is what really happens when America goes to DEFCON 1. And I'm warning you right now, this is not going to be comforting. This is going to be real. Let's go. First, let's understand what DEFCON actually is, because most people get it wrong. DEFCON stands for Defense Readiness Condition. It's a 5-level alert system used by the United States Armed Forces to indicate the level of readiness and threat. The levels run from DEFCON 5 to DEFCON 1, with 5 being normal peacetime readiness and 1 being maximum readiness for nuclear war. Here's the breakdown. DEFCON 5. Peacetime. Normal readiness. This is where we are most of the time. Military forces are at their standard training and operational tempo. Life is normal. DEFCON 4. Increased intelligence watch and strengthened security measures. This means there's a potential threat on the horizon. Maybe tensions are rising with an adversary. Maybe intelligence indicates something brewing. Forces are alerted but not mobilized. DEFCON 3. Increase in force readiness above normal. Air Force is ready to mobilize within 15 minutes. Additional troops are called up. Leave is canceled. This is serious. The U.S. reached DEFCON 3 twice, during the Yom Kippur War in 1973 when the Soviets threatened to intervene, and on September 11, 2001. DEFCON 2. Next step to nuclear war. Armed forces are ready to deploy and engage within 6 hours. The only time the U.S. reached DEFCON 2 was during the Cuban Missile Crisis in October 1962. Soviet nuclear missiles were in Cuba. American bombers were in the air, loaded with nuclear weapons, 24/7. We were one miscommunication away from Armageddon. DEFCON 1. Maximum force readiness. Nuclear war is imminent or has begun. All forces are deployed, all weapons are armed, every missile silo, every bomber, every submarine is ready to launch. This is it. The United States has never gone to DEFCON 1. But the plan exists, and it's more terrifying than you can imagine. Now here's something most people don't know. Different branches and commands can be at different DEFCON levels simultaneously. During the Cuban Missile Crisis, Strategic Air Command went to DEFCON 2, but the rest of the military stayed at DEFCON 3. The system is flexible. But if the entire U.S. military goes to DEFCON 1, it means one thing. We're at war with a nuclear power, and the survival of the nation is at stake. So what actually happens? Let's walk through it, step by step. Let's say the scenario is a massive nuclear first strike by an adversary. Russia, China, doesn't matter. The threat is real. Missiles are in the air, 0-hour detection. Early warning satellites detect the infrared signature of missile launches. Within seconds, data is transmitted to NORAD, the North American Aerospace Defense Command, inside Cheyenne Mountain. Simultaneously, ground-based radars in Alaska, Greenland, and the UK confirm the launches. The system identifies the missiles. Type: ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles. Number: dozens, maybe hundreds. Trajectory: United States. Impact time: 30 to 38 minutes, depending on the launch point. 15 seconds after detection, the president is notified. The call goes to the White House Air Force One if the president is traveling or wherever the president is. A military aide, always within feet of the president, carries the nuclear football, a briefcase containing the launch codes and war plans. The president has minutes to decide, not hours. Minutes. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the Secretary of Defense, and key advisors join a secure call. They present options. This is where the Single Integrated Operational Plan, or SIOP, comes in. It's the U.S. Nuclear War Plan, a menu of pre-planned strikes ranging from limited responses to full-scale retaliation. The president chooses an option. The authentication codes are verified. The order is given. 60 seconds. That's how long this takes. 60 seconds to decide the fate of hundreds of millions of lives. The launch order is transmitted via the Emergency Action Message System. It goes simultaneously to every nuclear command: Strategic Command, which controls ICBMs and bombers; the Navy, which controls ballistic missile submarines; and all other forces. DEFCON 1 is declared. The message flashes across every military screen in the world. 8 characters. DEFCON 1. Now let's talk about what happens next, because this is where it gets absolutely insane. First, the ICBMs. The United States has 400 Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missiles in silos across Montana, North Dakota, and Wyoming. Each missile carries up to 3 nuclear warheads. Each warhead has a yield of 300 to 475 kilotons. For reference, the bomb that destroyed Hiroshima was 15 kilotons. Within 2 minutes of the launch order, the first Minuteman III ignites. The silo door blows open. The missile erupts from the ground in a pillar of flame and smoke, accelerating to 15,000 miles per hour. It will reach its target in 30 minutes. Other silos follow. Within 5 minutes, dozens of missiles are in the air. The sky over Middle America lights up like the 4th of July, except each of those lights represents a weapon capable of obliterating a city. Second, the bombers. The United States operates a fleet of B-52 Stratofortress and B-2 Spirit stealth bombers. In peacetime, some are always on alert, fueled and armed, ready to launch within minutes. At DEFCON 1, every available bomber takes off. B-52s carry AGM-86 air-launched cruise missiles, each tipped with a nuclear warhead. B-2s carry B-61 and B-83 nuclear gravity bombs. These bombers don't rush to their targets. They loiter at safe distances, waiting for the order to proceed or return. They're the reserve, the second wave, the insurance policy. Third, the submarines. This is the most terrifying part. The U.S. Navy operates 14 Ohio-class ballistic missile submarines. Each sub carries 20 Trident II missiles. Each Trident II carries up to 8 nuclear warheads. Do the math. One submarine has the firepower to destroy 160 cities. These subs are always at sea, hidden in the oceans, undetectable. Even if every U.S. city is destroyed, even if the entire command structure is wiped out, these submarines will launch. They are the ultimate failsafe, the guarantee of retaliation. At DEFCON 1, the subs receive the emergency action message. The captain and executive officer authenticate the order using sealed codes. They turn their keys simultaneously. The missile hatches open underwater. One by one, Trident missiles erupt from the ocean, breaking the surface in a spray of seawater, igniting their rockets and arcing into space. Each missile will release its warheads at the edge of space, sending them hurtling toward their targets at 13,000 miles per hour. Fourth, the conventional forces. DEFCON 1 isn't just nuclear. Every military base in the world goes to maximum alert. Aircraft carriers launch fighters. Army divisions mobilize. Marines prepare for rapid deployment. Air Force fighters scramble. Cyber Command initiates offensive operations. Space Force activates anti-satellite weapons. If this look inside the most classified military protocols gave you a new perspective on nuclear deterrence and the weight of command, hit that like button and subscribe. We break down the weapons, the tactics, and the systems that define modern warfare. What should we cover next? The nuclear triad? NORAD operations? How submarines hide in the ocean? Drop your suggestions in the comments. Until next time, stay informed, stay powerful, and pray we never reach DEFCON 1.